Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Beautifully Nerding. I'm your host Auntie Bri, and this week I'm fully ready for spooky season. Now, as a summer girly, I'm usually a person who loves anything summer related. I love being outside, I love soaking up the sun, but this year has just been exceptionally hot, and so mentally I'm just ready for fall, which is a new experience for me because I've never really been a fall girly. I don't like to be cold. As soon as the air begins to get crisp, I'm just like, oof, I need a hoodie. I don't like this anymore. But as I am growing and maturing and appreciating the other seasons that exist, I thought, let me go ahead and watch a movie to fully get into this spooky season. And by happenstance, I had a Starz subscription. I was like, you know what? Before I fully cancel this, let me see what's on here. And I saw that a movie I had been interested in seeing a while ago, but I could not find anywhere, was actually on here. So this week I want to talk to you about The Blackening. Now, The Blackening actually started as like a skit, and that skit was based off of the like stereotype that black people always die first in scary movies.
How did you survive?
Okay, so you know how in horror movies the psycho killer always kills the black person first? Well, when he saw that we were all black, it kind of fucked up his mind. And because I felt like a white woman, he let me go. Oh my God, that's so good.
And so the whole premise was, if everybody is black, who dies first? The skit got really, really popular, and they decided to make a whole movie off of it. Now, when I first heard about it, like first saw the trailer, it did seem incredibly cheesy, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if it's gonna give what I needed to give. And then like once it came out, I was like, wait, where do I watch it? I don't even remember if it came out in theaters. I legitimately have no idea. But none of that matters anymore because I finally was able to sit down and watch it. Now, essentially this movie stars a cast of characters who are coming together for like a 10-year reunion, and they're just wanting to hang out, celebrate Juneteenth together and just having a good time as friends. So we start with our main couple, played by Yvonne Orji and Jay Farrow. They get to the house first. They're setting everything up, getting all the stuff together. It's very much Cabin in the Woods. They remind us time and time again that the whole thing is giving Cabin in the Woods. And as they're setting everything up, they find this game room, and they go in there, and the little like game is like talking to them, and it's like, hey, let's play a game, pick a card. And of course they're like, oh, we want to have a good time, let's pick a card. And they start seeing like little game pieces, and like there's one game piece that's just like the earring that Yvonne's character has on, and I'm just like, you don't find this a little bit suspicious? Like, but they play anyway. And so all of the questions are like black trivia type questions. There's trick questions thrown in there as well.
Name one black character that survived a horror movie. You must answer correctly or you die. The hell?
Oh, so this is just an aggressively themed trivia game.
Hold up. Were there even niggas in horror movies when this game was created?
Baby, you're thinking too much about this, all right? I know the answer. It is Jada Pinkett, Omar Epps, Scream 2. Boom, Sambo.
Them niggas was the first to die. What are you talking about? I honestly think that the studio didn't have the budget to keep him the whole movie. Mm-hmm. That's why they had to die first.
But they get one of the questions wrong, and the game is like, all right, time to die. And they're like, I was like, what? And an arrow just comes shooting through and gets Jay Farrow in the throat. Like, he dead. I was like, oh, this is my kind of scary movie, okay? Because the movie, for the most part, will let you know when something's about to happen. And like most scary movies will, like there'll be some kind of like sound cue or, just kind of like a blankness that lets you know that something is about to happen. But I'm a very scary person. My imagination be jumping into overtime sometimes, so I don't like to watch scary movies because it's very hard for me to get back into the real world when I watch a scary movie. But this one is a horror comedy, so it wasn't crazy terrible. Jay and Yvonne's character are taken off the map like almost immediately. And then the rest of the movie is the rest of the friends getting there. We're learning their ins and outs, their quirks, their relationships with each other. We meet a extra character who like no one can fully remember the name of, or like how they know him, or like where they know him from. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing here. Essentially, you're just trying to figure out like, what is the issue that homie has with all of these people that he has to interrupt their weekend of fun with craziness? Because it gets real wild. I don't want to spoil too much of the movie for you, because honestly the movie was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. And honestly, I really feel like y'all should watch it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I probably will watch it again if I can figure out where to stream it, because the Starz membership was gotten on accident and it is officially canceled now. So I don't know how I'm gonna watch it again, but I will watch it again. Essentially, we have a cast of characters who are trying to mend their relationships with each other. You know, it's not about the journey, it's about the friends we made along the way. It's definitely what this movie gives, but also working together to survive a manic killer who was trying to take everybody out of the game. You know, you definitely do kind of have like your stereotypical characters. You know, you have your jock, you have your like super preppy girl, you got your stoner dude, like all of that, everyone is there. I really feel like it played into the typical like horror genre of, we just got to create a baseline of characters so that the actual story of somebody's gonna die can be told. I feel like, at least for me, there was just enough jump scare for me to actually like, oh, okay, like you got me, but enough comedy and lightness for me to continue watching it. Because some scary movies, I can't even get past the opening credits because my mind has already just like escalated way past what I think is going to happen. The fun aspects of this movie kept me coming back, and I really appreciate that, because I really wanted to watch this because, like Issa Rae said, I'm rooting for everybody black. So I really wanted to watch it, but I don't like being scared. So I'm glad I finally watched it, and I watched it by myself. I think it's really interesting because they had all been friends in college. They had kind of grown apart. Everybody was doing their own different things. They came back together, and it was kind of like very forced of like, oh, remember when this, remember when that, or like, let's play a game of spades or something like that. Like trying to come together in some kind of community, but then this forced situation made them really come together. And I feel like there's now a much stronger bond that has been created, because, you know, trauma bonds are a real thing. Yeah. So I know this is real quick, like basic bare bones review, but I just really wanted to come and talk to y'all about this movie because it's so good. And if you haven't seen it, as we prepare to get into spooky season, I really feel like you should watch it at your earliest convenience. And with that being said, I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.